Hello and welcome. My name is Seshu and I am part of Net Experts Academy. In this video, I am going to demonstrate how to configure PAT, Port Address Translation in Cisco router. So before we jump into the configuration, let's go and have a look. And you guys can see here, I have a HQ. In HQ, I have a Cisco router. In Cisco router, I connect it to the network switch, and in network switch I have connected one web server, one RDP server, and one normal Cisco another router that I'm going to enable the telnet. So basically what I'm trying to show here, let's consider maybe in your network there is a couple of computers which are connected into your network, right? And all these people, they want to access to the internet. So that time, if you are going to take a Cisco router, how you are going to allow those internal traffic to access to the internet. That's the concept that I'm going to show you. But in the market, most of the time when you see in the, like you will find D-Link routers, TP-Link routers, normal, you will find it. Those routers by default, there is a LAN, there is a WAN, correct? So here, the WAN interface, you are going to connect to the ISP, the LAN interface which is going to connecting to your local network, right guys? But mostly in our home environment, when you are going to see, there is a router. It comes with the two antennas, so which means it's going to support the wireless router. And the LAN interface, if you want to connect to the network switch, you can connect it directly, and you can connect your computers. But mostly you will not find this scenario in your home purpose, correct guys? So most of the time, all the home users, they are going to connect directly to the Wi-Fi. So if you are going to take this Wi-Fi router, by default it's going to support the Wi-Fi, so that you can connect all your PCs through the wireless, either your mobile phone, everything is going to connecting through Wi-Fi. And this wireless router which is going to connect to the internet by using the WAN interface. This is your regular scenarios guys. Whereas if you are going with enterprise level routers, like if you are going to take a Cisco, that time what you are going to do, you are going to define which interface that you are going to configure it for WAN and which interface that you are going to configure it for LAN. So that's your totally your choice. Once you configure it, then you make sure that you need to do the NATing. So NAT is nothing but network address translation. So whenever you are trying to access to the internet, the LAN users, they can't go directly and get the internet. It's not possible. So whatever the LAN users, when they're trying to access the internet, the request will come to the router. Then router, what it will do, it's going to translate. So basically the LAN users, we can call it as a private IP, private IP. And when they're trying to access to the internet, they can't go directly to the internet. What they're trying to do, whatever the public IP that you are getting from your service provider, and use that public IP, and it's going to send it to the internet. So your router, what it will do, it's going to translate your private IP with your public IP, and it will send it to the internet. So that concept, we can call it as a NAT. So in this lab, NAT is basically, it has divided into three different types. The first one is PAT, port address translation, and second one is static NAT, static NAT, and third one is dynamic NAT. So in this lab, mainly I'm focusing on PAT. So in case if you are having a single public IP from your service provider, so usually whenever you apply for the internet connection, either your home purpose or your office purpose, by default you are going to get an internet connection which is provided by your ISP. ISP is nothing but internet service provider. So that connection, either you can terminate on E0 by 0 or E0 by 1 or E0 by 2, it's your choice. So right now, as per my lab topology, I'm going to terminate here on E0 by 0. So mostly you are going to get a internet connection like a PPPoE, or you can get a static, or you are going to get a dynamic. So there is a service provider choice case. So some service providers, they are going to provide PPPoE connection, which is point-to-point protocol over Ethernet. So which means the service provider is going to give you username and password. Static is nothing but that you are going to get a public IP. Like service provider is going to tell you, hey, this is your IP address, this is your subnet mask, this is your default gateway, right? And this is your preferred DNS, and this is your alternate DNS. So all these settings, they are going to provide to you. These configurations, what you have to do, you need to configure it on your router, like what is your IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, preferred DNS, and alternate DNS. You need to do that. In case if it is a dynamic, you don't need to do anything, guys. Simply, the service provider is going to give you the cable. Just they will tell you that connect to your router. That's it. Then you will automatically get the IP address. That is called dynamic. So in my lab purpose, guys, especially I am showing to you this lab in GNS. So basically in GNS, we have a NAT interface. Okay, we have a NAT interface. Here in other side, there is a NAT interface is there. So this NAT interface, I am directly connecting to my Cisco router. So this NAT interface by default, it running as a DHCP server. Okay, so your Cisco router is going to act as a DHCP client. Okay, guys. So what you have to do, you are going to get the IP address from your service provider dynamically. That's what you need to understand. If it is a static, you can just configure it how you are going to do normal configurations. Okay. If it is a PPPoE, but if you guys really interested to know how to configure the PPPoE, you just give me your comments so that I can prepare it one video and I'll show it to you guys. Okay. It's not a much difficult at all. It's very easy and straightforward. So this is the lab that I'm going to do. I'm not going to talk about this branch location at the moment in this lab. Why? Because this is I prepared for the static net. Okay, guys, and dynamic. So for that I prepared for this. So right now our focus is only HQ. I hope you are clear, guys. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now, let's go and open the GNS. So GNS is already open. So let's create a new topology, which is file, new blank project. So I'm going to give you the name is Cisco PAT. I can say that. Port address translation. That's my lab number 1 as per today. Then you can click OK. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take one Cisco router here. Then after that, I'm going to take one Cisco switch. Then I'm going to take it here couple of computers, guys. So it makes you a little bit difficult to understand, but what I'm trying to do, instead of taking a regular PCs, that I'm going to take a cloud. So here the cloud, what it does, which is going to represent the Windows machine, so that today you will get a nice experience that you are going to see like one of the Windows machine that I'm going to connect directly, and behind the scenes I am running the VMware, guys, okay, which is ESXi server. So don't get confused, so that if you get any doubt, you can just pause the video and you can give me a, just let me know, and you can see multiple times, or else you can just give me your comments so that I can prepare a special video for you. Okay, now what I'm going to do now, let's go and see behind the scenes. Okay, so that I want to show it you that one as well. So you guys can see here, this is my VMware, but actually I have a ESXi server, guys. This is actually my lab. So what I'm trying to do here, you can see this Windows host. Right now this is connected to virtual switch number 2, but I'm planning to change to virtual switch number 1. Okay, so let's go to the edit settings. Then after that you can change it to virtual switch 1, then click on save. That's it. So that's the beauty of it. So right now this is my Windows PC. So let me log in now. Perfect. So for just close this. Previously when I did my lab, that time I just open all these things, but hopefully there is no internet, guys. So far this is my PC. Okay, so now no thanks, thank you so much. So if you double click on this guy, then you are not able to see any website, and also you can see here at the moment is not connected to internet. How I know that it's not connected to the internet? Go to ncpa.cpl, just type that, then you can able to see your network settings. Hey, what's happened, man? Just close this. type it here, ncpa dot cpl. So in case if you are not able to see this, that time what you guys can do, you just open the run and type it here. So right now you can see here, this is my NIC card, and these two NIC cards which is related to my FortiGate. When I install the SSL VPN client, that time you are able to see these virtual interfaces. So right now can see here, this is actually, it got the APIPA IP address. So it's trying to connect the IP address, is trying to get the IP address through the DHCP. But unfortunately, this guy, he didn't get the IP address. Why? Because still I didn't set up my lab. So click on properties. Now you can see here, obtain an IP address automatically. That's fine, because I just want to show you this setup, guys. That's why I just open it. So let's go back again to my GNS. So here, what I'm trying to do, I'm going to take a cloud. So let's take a cloud. So my advice for everybody, guys, don't get confused, because why I took the cloud, because whatever devices which is running in my VMware, to access those devices, I need to take this cloud. So this cloud is going to act as a bridge between my GNS and my VMware. Okay. So if you guys want to know exactly how the VMware ESXi is going to work, please give me your comments. Then definitely I'm going to make one video, guys. Yeah. Thank you so much. So let's go and connect this. So here I'm going to connect Ethernet 1. So this is my Windows 11 PC, guys. Then after that, from here, I'm going to connect to the router. And also for you guys, in case maybe some of you guys, maybe you don't have a VMware environment, for those guys, what I'm trying to do, I'm just taking a normal PC so that you guys can able to simulate in similar way in your lab. So I'm taking a couple of normal PCs, say okay, PC1, and I'm taking another PC which is PC2. So these PCs also you can connect it. Ethernet 0 by 2 and Ethernet 0 by 3. And also I'm going to take NAT interface, as I told you earlier. So this NAT interface, by default it's available, just you can take it, and I connected to NAT 0. So, and also if you feel that, hey Seshu, it looks a little bit odd, is there any chance that you are able to change this icon? Yes, I can change this icon, guys. You just right click on this, go to the change symbol. Then after that, you can able to see there is a couple of symbols which is available here. So the moment when you try to open that, it's trying to connect it. Don't worry about it. Okay. Now what I'm trying to do now, guys can see here, there is a any Windows image which is available. I can take this. This is the computer. Yeah. Say okay. Now you can able to see here, it's a cloud one which is connected there, Ethernet one. So let's go and power it on. Say yes. So meanwhile, your system is going to get ready so that I can able to explain to you. If you want to design your network, you can design it. Okay. And if you want to arrange these icons properly, those things also you can able to do it. So this is connected with Ethernet 0 by 0. This is connected on Ethernet 1, Ethernet 0 by 3. This is Ethernet 0 by 2. And by the way, this is connected where? This is connected to Ethernet 1. That's correct, guys. Yeah. This is Ethernet 0. This is Ethernet 0 by 2. This is Ethernet 0 by 3. But here, maybe you get a doubt. So exactly, because see, after you arrange this, I'm a bit confusing that whether Ethernet 1 is connected to Ethernet 0 by 0 or not. How I know that? Whether this PC1 is connected to E0 by 2 or not. So it's very simple, guys. Just go to the view, then click on the docs, and you can select here topology summary. And this is the beautiful place where you can see it. You guys can see here Ethernet 0 by 0. It got turned into the red color. Did you see that? It's connected. And also if you want to just increase this, and you can see here Ethernet 0 by 0 which is connected on Ethernet 1 which is on cloud 1, and 0 by 1 which is connected to my Cisco router, and Ethernet 0 by 2 which is connected to my PC1, Ethernet 0 by 3 which is connected to my PC2. So if you want this topology summary, it's okay for you. You can just go to the view, then after that click on docs, then select here topology summary. So right now I don't want this, so this is only for verification, guys. Yeah. So now just move your topology a little bit on side corner. Also, if you want to add any text, like I just want to say this is my Windows 11 PC. Okay, guys. So now this is my Windows 11 PC and this is my PC1 and this is my PC2. That's the beauty of it. Okay, guys. So right now I'm not going to configure any VLANs. I'm just planning to show you the PAT. So first of all, I'm going to double click on my Cisco router. This is my Cisco router. So during my configuration, you guys can see the lab topology so that it's easy for you to understand. So here what I'm going to do now, first of all, I'm going to configure my LAN interface, which is E0 by 0. So here you can choose what is the subnet that you are going to configure it. So let's go to the configuration mode, interface E0 by 0, then IP address 192.168.1.1, 255.255.255.0, then no shut, say save, enter. So now I have configured 192.168.1 subnet for my LAN interface, and 1.1 is going to act as a gateway. For E0 by 1, interface E0 by 1, I'm just getting the IP address from my service provider through DHCP. So for that you need to type IP address DHCP, then say no shut. That's it. Now, the moment when you say no shutdown, then it's going to talk to my service provider, which is NAT1, and it's going to get the IP address. So let's wait now. And also I told you in my previous videos, guys, whenever you are getting a IP address from your service provider through DHCP, by default, they are going to send, this is actually acting as a DHCP client. Also, along with that, you are going to get one default route. Okay, guys, you will get one IP address from your service provider. Along with that, you are going to get one default route which is going to inject in routing table. You can see here from my DHCP server, I got this IP address, which is 192.168.122.134, and this is the subnet mask. I hope everybody is clear, guys. Yeah. Now you just go and see in the routing table, you can able to see one default route. Just type do show IP route. Then you can see here, this is your default route. Actually, this default route, which I was not configured by me, which is going to injected by service provider. So this is very, very important, guys. Even in your firewalls also, by default, if you are going to get the IP address from your service provider through DHCP, you are going to get this IP. So make sure that everybody has to understand this. Now, from your router, if you say do ping 4.2.2.2, see, you got the reply. Do ping 8.8.8.8, you're getting reply. Simply you can say do ping www.google.com. See, it's saying that, hey, sorry, buddy, when you are going to type this name, I'm not going to resolve the IP address. Why? Maybe your router doesn't configure with the DNS. So let's go and do that. IP name-server. Then I'm going to say public DNS 8.8.8 and 1.1.1. Now you can try again, do ping www.google.com. Still not yet. So which means whenever any request coming to your router is not able to resolve it, is not able to convert the name to IP. So for that you need to type IP domain lookup. You need to type this command, guys. Okay. Now you can try do ping www.google.com. There you go. So you got the public IP address of your Google server. So similarly, if you type do ping www.gmail.com, there you can see. Even if you type www.ping www.facebook.com, you guys can see here. So you can able to see. So now from my router, I can able to talk to the internet. What about my PC? So this PC Windows 11 and PC1 and PC2, first of all, what we are going to do, we need to assign the IP address and make sure that if you want to assign the IP address, either you can do it statically. So which means each and every device, you can go and manually assign the IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, preferred DNS, alternate DNS. But if you want automatic through DHCP, you just enable the DHCP inside your Cisco router. So let's go and see that. So for example, I want to configure DHCP pool inside my Cisco router. You can type just simply IP DHCP. And before you are going to configure the DHCP pool, I always recommend that you try to reserve some public IPs. I mean, reserve some IP addresses. Okay, guys. Okay, I'm getting so much exciting. Sorry, apologize for it. It's not a public IP. So you just reserve some IP addresses. So for that, you can type IP DHCP excluded address 192.168.1.1 to 192.168.1.10. Then after that, IP DHCP pool. Then you can say LAN. Then network 192.168.1.0, then /24. Or else if you want to type the whole subnet mask, you can do that. Then after that, DNS server, which is 8.8.8 and 1.1.1. That's it. Then save it. Now you just double click on your PC1, double click on your PC2. Then these are your virtual machines, guys. So here you can type IP DHCP. That's it. Now it does the DORA, and meanwhile what I can do, I can go to PC1 and type it there, IP DHCP. So let's wait now whether I'm going to get the IP or not. Yes, this guy also it got the IP. So if you want to see which IP address he picked up, so you can type show IP. You need to type that. Now you guys can see here it got this IP address. And PC2 show IP, because I have run this command in PC2 at first time. So that is the reason it got the 1.11, and PC1 it got the 1.12. Okay guys. Now from the PC, if you type ping 192.168.1.1, I can able to ping my gateway. So if you type ping 4.2.2, can you guess whether I'm able to get the internet or not? No or yes? Let's go and hit enter. So sorry guys, there is no gateway. That's what it's saying. Oh, it's very, very important, man. Many of you guys, you are going to forget this. Now, how can I assign the gateway? That's important. So actually, I didn't assign this IP address. I got this IP address through my DHCP. So which means I have done some mistake inside my DHCP. Okay, how? Let's go here. So just see here, do show run section DHCP. Now you guys can see here, I just given the DNS server and I forgot to give you a default router. So once you forget that, that is the command which is missed. That's why there is no gateway. So to get the gateway, what you are going to do, go back to your DHCP pool. Then you can type default router, which means default gateway 1.1. Congratulations. Now go back to your PC1 and type again IPDSCP, hit enter, and go again and type IPDSCP in PC2, hit enter. Now come back to you guys can see here it got the IP address and it got the gateway. Now if you type show IP, you guys can see here 1.12 is the IP address and 1.1 is the gateway, and DNS server is 8.8.8 and 1.1.1. And who is the DHCP server? My router is acting as a DHCP server. So that's the beauty of this information, guys. Yeah. So make sure that whenever you are going to forget any options inside your DHCP, you just go back and you can just do it. But again, you need to run the command IP DHCP. But let's say, especially if it is a Windows environment, what is the command that you need to type? It's very simple, guys. You always type ipconfig space / release. This is the first you need to type. Then after that, you can type ipconfig / renew. This is the command you need to type, release and renew. The moment when you type these two commands, your PC is going to talk to the DHCP server, and whatever changes that you have done it, then it's going to get those changes and you will get the IP address, subnet mask, default gateway and DNS. Those information you are able to see it. Okay guys, but now let's go to my Windows PC which is running there in VMware. Okay, let's go and do that. Where is that? Let's minimize this lab topology. Let's minimize this guy as well. So I'm going to my, and you can see here, just double click. I believe you got the IP address, guys. Congratulations. You got the IP address 192.168.1.15. Now you can close. You can close. Then after that, what you can do? Let's right click, go to the run, then type here CMD. Then after that, you guys can type IP config. Anyway, I already showed it to you, but for you, another confirmation through Windows command line. IP config, and this is the IP address, and try to ping 192.168.1.1. Congratulations. Okay, but let's try to ping 4.2.2 from my router. Did you see here? Let's keep this one continuously ping, guys. So you can put -t, then it's going to ping continuously. Just minimize this. And I just want to tell you something here. Let's go to my GNS and let's open my command line, and here that's my console access, guys. Okay, and you guys can see here from my router at the moment I can talk to the internet, right? Internet is there in my router, but when my PC, this guy, when he's trying to talk to the internet, that is not happening. What's the reason? The concern is that inside your router there is a default route. You just go here and type and check the routing table, do show IP route. You can see here, there is a default route. Seshu, what's the problem here? Whenever the request comes to my PC, from my PC to the router, hey, I want to go 4.2.2.2. Okay. And this is the source IP, which is 192.168.1.15. That's the source IP. Correct, guys? And the destination is this. Then the request comes to the router. Then router, what it will do? It will check the routing table. Do I have a route for 4.2.2? There is no route, but there is a default route. So the default route is saying that go and talk to the ISP. It send it there. Then ISP, they know that where is 4.2.2.2, right, guys? But unfortunately, ISP, they don't know how to reply back. Why? This network which is not available in their routing table. You get my point? That's why whenever you are going to send any information to the internet, you always do NAT, then send it to service provider. Then service provider, they know how to reach you back. You get my point, guys? That's why whenever you are going to access the internet, we are going to talk to our ISP. Then ISP, they are going to provide you internet services, which means any traffic which is going to the internet, they know how to send it back to you. That's very, very important, guys. In the interview, they may ask you what exactly the NAT does. You need to say it's a translation. So translation means what? Which is going to translate from one IP to another IP. So which is going to translate here the private IP with your public IP, and it will send it to the internet. In case if you go with your private IP directly to your service provider, they don't know how to send it back, where to send it back. That's the reason we always use this public IP and we will send it to the ISP. I hope everybody is clear, guys. Yeah. If you have any questions, you try to see this video multiple times so that you are going to get some idea. So now what I'm trying to do, whoever is there in 192.168.1 network, make sure that they want to get the internet access. Correct? So for them, what I'm trying to do, I'm going to configure one ACL. So ACL is going to tell you, it's going to group the entire subnet. So we are going to refer with a single number. Okay, so if you want to know about ACLs, you try to comment me. I'm going to make one more video, guys. Yeah, so for this, what I'm trying to do, access list number one, then permit, then I'm going to say 192.168.1.0 0.0.25. So here what I'm trying to do, guys, I just created one access list and I'm saying that the number for access list is number one. So instead of, this number one is going to representing the entire subnet of 192.168.1. So instead of using that entire subnet everywhere, instead of typing that, use this number. So this is your number which is going to refer to this subnet. Okay, guys. Now I'm going to do natting here. So how I'm going to do the natting? It's very simple, guys. You can type IPNAT inside source list number one. Okay, that's the list. That is my inside source. Then I'm going to use the interface which is E0 by 1 and I'm going to type overload, because the overload command why I used to type, because I'm just enabling the PAT. So just give me a comments. I'm going to explain to you what is overload. Say enter. So this command is very important to understand, guys. So here what I'm trying to do now, I said that inside source list, which is my inside means which is connected my local network, I referred as a list number one. So list number one is representing 192.168.1.0. Then after that I said I'm using this interface to send my information to outside. That's what I'm going to say. Before I'm going to sending outside, I'm going to translate whatever IP address which I got it from my service provider, which is configured here on this interface. Then I use that IP and I will send it to outside. Why overload? Which means I don't have a multiple public IPs. I have a single public IP I'm using to translate multiple private IPs, which means these are the multiple users. They are sitting under my LAN and they use this single public IP and they are sending to outside, which means your router, what it will do, whenever is going to send to the internet, for example, the request come from Windows 11. What he will do is going to use this public IP and he will send it to outside. And again, the PC1, when he wants to access the internet, the request come to the router. He use the same public IP and it will send it to the internet. If PC2 trying to access to the internet, the request come to the router and he use the same public IP and he will send it to the internet. That's why I mentioned this overload. So this concept we can call it as a PAT. PAT is nothing but port address translation. Use single public IP, okay, and you send your information to the internet. So there is some people they used to say like this, guys. They say many to one. What do you mean by many here? Many is nothing but many private IPs. Many private IPs. You can see here, these are all private IPs. They use a single public IP and they send it to the internet. You get my point? So most of the cases, whenever you go for any companies or any organization or in your home, you are going to take single internet connection. That single internet connection, you are going to get one single public IP. By using that public IP inside your home, there is a many users are there. Maybe you have a two laptops, maybe you have a two desktops, maybe you have a two mobile phones, and all this maybe in your home, your father, mother, your wife, your kids, everybody, they are in private network. They use this single public IP and they are going to get the internet access. So this is called PAT. You get my point, guys? So if you are not clear about this, you please have a look multiple times this video. You will get some idea. After this, when you type this command, this is going to play an important role. Then in your router, you need to say which is your inside interface, which is your outside interface. So you need to say that. So I'm going to say interface E0 by 0, which is IP NAT inside. This is my inside interface. Hey, sorry guys, exit. Then interface E0 by 1, that is IP NAT outside. That's it. Now just go to PC1 and you can type here ping 4.2.2. Congratulations. Oh, quickly you can go and see in your Windows PC what's happening there. How can I check that? You see here, my PC it got the internet, guys. I'm so happy that. Seshu, is there any chance can you show to us? Open the browser and show it here, and also you can see here this symbol, it's showing internet access. So now I'm going to access the google.com. Hit enter. Congratulations. So can I see the YouTube? Yeah, of course you can see the YouTube, buddy. Okay, you can see the YouTube as well. So it's exactly like your router, man. Okay, can I see Seshu Gmail? Yeah, you can see the Gmail. Just go here, gmail.com. You get my point, guys? See here. Can I see the Facebook? Yes, of course, buddy. You can see the Facebook as well. There's no problem for it. You guys can see it. Are you able to understand this one, guys? Now, if you want to know what exactly how it's translating and all, and in your router, you just go and type a command, do show IP NAT translations. You need to, I'm sorry, guys, you need to type this command. Congratulations, guys. You guys can see here. That's the beauty of it. You get my point, guys? It's going to show you which is your TCP connection, which is your UDP connection, which is your ICMP connection. Everything you can able to see it, guys. So that's the beauty of your router. You can see here the moment whenever, okay, 192.168.1.15, and it's going to use, this is the source port, and it send it to your ISP. Then ISP, what they are doing, they are using this public IP, but it's actually a private IP. But let's consider this is your public IP, and it changed the port number to 4122. You get my point? Why? Because your router itself is going to maintain a NAT table. Inside the NAT table, it's going to make in every transaction one specific port. You get my point? Based on that, it's going to identify the request has come from which PC, and he will send it back to the same PC again. Okay, and this is your destination, and this is the port number. You get my point, guys? So this is what you need to understand. So again, your PC, when it's going to send, it use the source IP and source port number, and it's going to, because here why it's showing 85 and all, always remember, guys, so this 85210, because you are not going to communicating with the names, it's always communicating through IP. So it's going to take the help of your DNS server. The DNS server is going to translate your name to IP address. So maybe you're trying with Facebook, maybe you're trying with Google, maybe you're trying with YouTube. So what it does, it's translated and it given this IP. So this is your source IP, and this is your destination IP, and this is the destination port. And here, this is your NATed IP. So NATed IP means through this IP address, means whatever request has come to your router, it used this IP and it translated. And while it's going to translate it, it's going to assign one of the port number. You need to remember this, guys. So most of the time when you go for interviews, they may ask you these kind of questions. Yeah, especially if you want to become a strong, especially in the firewalls, either FortiGate or Palo Alto, make sure that you should know what is source IP, what is destination IP, what is source port, what is destination port, and you need to know what are the services and all. It's very, very important. Okay, guys. So right now, even if I go to PC1 and I can able to see the reply is there, even if you go and try in PC2, I just want to try 8.8.8.8, I can able to see that. If you're typing www.google.com, you can able to see here, I'm able to see the reply from the Google. Clear, guys? And also if you want to see the NAT table, just go back here. You can type do show IP NAT translations. So there you can able to see the complete translations, guys. Yeah, you're able to see this. So this is the one how you are going to enable the NAT inside your Cisco router. So right now we discussed about the PAT. PAT is nothing but port address translation. Okay, guys. I hope this has been informative, and I would like to thank you for viewing.